Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Hall, and this is your full moon reading with spiritual guidance for August 15th through the 29th, 2019. Our full moon is in the sign of Aquarius and is receiving a very strong influence by Venus, the planet representing love. This is strongly influencing home, family, and intimate relationships, which is continuing our theme of relationship lessons that began during the last new moon on July 31st. So any big changes, realizations, or shadow work that has surfaced around your relationship so far this month now bring you the opportunity for wisdom. The relationship lessons that you are facing now are all a part of your soul's deeper karmic initiative to help you evolve in love and higher consciousness. You may realize that the lessons that you have been working on harken back to early childhood conditioning or even past life memories. The issues surfacing now are here to help you make a quantum leap in overcoming anything that limited your soul's expansion, empowerment, and evolution in the past. For some of your relationships, you could find yourself facing a make it or break it moment in which these lessons either invite you to break free from either the old relationship patterns or the relationship itself, or these lessons will give your relationship a powerful dose of greater strength, intimacy, trust, and creative energy. Exactly how your relationships will change in this current wave of energy will be determined by the soul contract that you hold with the other person, as well as your chosen action steps. Now, according to the angels, the best approach for journeying through relationship issues right now includes patience, in which you don't jump to snap, impulsive decisions, practicing understanding, because working to see the other person's perspective is paramount to your soul's learning right now, and unconditional love. Now, on the topic of unconditional love in relationships, the angels would like to share a few messages to guide you through this energy. First of all, what do we mean by unconditional love? Unconditional love is to love without limits. Divine love, the love that pours out from the source of the multiverse and is the essence of what we call God, is unconditional love because it is a changeless, 24/7, infallible force of all-encompassing wholeness. Unconditional love does not separate, discriminate, or limit. It takes everything into itself, embracing all that is boundlessly and infinitely. Now, in our relationships, it is possible to express both unconditional love and standards and boundaries. It's a necessity that we as human beings have standards and boundaries in our relationships because in order to uphold the energy of true love, we must be loving towards ourselves as well as others. This necessitates that we require others to treat us with love, care, and respect. When we love others unconditionally, we choose to funnel the love of agape towards them. Love that says that I am one with you. I accept you as a part of me, simply by virtue of your existence here in the human race. I embrace you and uphold this state of accepting oneness with you, even through your flaws or mistakes. I acknowledge that we are one. You can hold this kind of agape love for anyone and everyone. But in our intimate relationships, unconditional love has a container where it can express beautiful things. It can create the experience wherein we feel loved and accepted changelessly, no matter how much we change as human beings, which creates such deep security and trust and really knowledge of the divine, a live human experience of what it's like to be loved by God. However, real unconditional love in our intimate relationships is not the same thing as tolerating bad behavior or abusive treatment from a partner. While you can still extend your agape towards those who would make the mistake of doing harm unto yourself or others, if you're upholding real unconditional love, which is boundless, that is to say limitless love in your life, then that includes love for yourself, doesn't it? And we must keep others' egos in check by expecting our partners or family members to treat us respectfully. We put up boundaries and standards against bad behavior in our relationships in order to honestly protect the integrity of real love, to make it so that unconditional love can express itself deeply and beautifully. Keep this in mind as you move through the lessons of this moon cycle. You're likely to face some potentially strong emotions and maybe even some further changes or new realizations in your relationships. Call on the angels to help you to practice real unconditional love through these things, wherein you are balancing your patience, kindness, and understanding or acceptance of others through their challenges with the need to ensure that you are receiving the respect, love, understanding, and kindness that you need and deserve too. In fact, the angels would like to invite you to just take a moment to place your hand over your heart as you listen to their words. Take in a deep, healing breath. And imagine that you are breathing in the angels' light. Archangel Michael, we call upon you to help guide us in protecting real love in our lives. Guide us in creating the healthiest possible boundaries, standards, and agreements in our relationships. Archangel Chamuel, we call upon you to guide us in experiencing the tenderness of unity that love brings. Help our hearts to harmonize with those we love most, so that we may feel the joy of being fully understood, embraced, loved, and accepted. We allow our hearts to be healed through this chapter of life and surrender to the power and good of the life lessons that arrive. And so it is. Now, the last piece of guidance that the angels would like to really bring forward as an important focus for this moon cycle is on the subject of communication. The Mercury retrograde officially ends with the full moon, and the planet Jupiter has moved direct after a long period of retrograde since April. This means that you're finally being supported in seeing your life very clearly after quite a long chapter of reflecting on the shadow or retracing old ground and maybe questioning the foundation of your life. So as you shift into this clear new perspective in your life over this moon cycle, the angels invite you to communicate your newfound clear truth. Communicate in very deep, patient detail with your loved ones. Express yourself creatively. And use the power of communication to sow seeds of understanding, balance, and rightness wherever life had brought you deep questions or any confusion or challenges. Now is your time to move into a higher and more pure alignment with your values, and the universe is helping you to do it. So let's now go to our cards for further guidance. Today I am working with the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. Our first card is Truth. Truth. Beautiful. So this message goes perfectly along with what the angels were sharing with us in the beginning. This represents that truth is now surfacing, You have been doing a lot of wonderful work in your life. Life has perhaps brought you deep into your shadow or into the challenging side of being a human being, has brought you to interface with your ego and perhaps work on editing or changing things, bringing shadow into awareness and light. And now we are seeing the truth that remains after all of that pressure and cataclysmic change. This kernel of truth that has come up is a great treasure. The angels are showing me images of diamonds that form after great pressure, or pearls that occur after great transformation and pressures. Own your truth, express your truth, and also take time to let that truth really sink in. Talk about it with your most close loved ones in your life. The truth is here to create new freedom and to help you to redraft your soul contracts, agreements, and commitments with the world and with others and with yourself, so that you can live by your highest values and thereby give birth to greater things in your life purpose. The truth is this leading point that's helping you to do that. Let's see what our second card has to say. We have the Stag card. The Stag. The stag is a symbol that represents the energies of pride and leadership. So, first off, the angels are telling us to take the jewels, the treasures that we received in finding the truth for ourselves, and then to use those things to declare powerfully for ourselves what our highest values and priorities in life are for ourselves, in our relationships, in our careers, etc., in all the most important areas. In fact, the angels are showing me images of us writing these things down. So if you feel guided to and you do well with journaling, I highly recommend taking some time to journal about what is my truth based on the lessons that life has given me lately, and also what are the values that I now hold. I'm checking in with my heart right now and asking my heart, my deepest wisdom and intellect within, to tell me what are the highest, healthiest, and best priorities that I could hold for my life so that I could live my best life, so that my life can become a container for the vibration that I want to experience. And what is that vibration? And how can I lead it moving forward? Stag comes forward when you're being empowered to take action, to set the tone in your life, to create a precedent, to set a precedent and lead the way. And since we've had quite the theme of relationship stuff coming up over this moon cycle and over really the past a month or a month and a half or so, the angels are telling us that you can be a leader in your relationships by really strongly communicating your truth, setting forward what your standards and boundaries are, and being very emotionally honest. Express what your needs really are and ask that they are met, and form the right kinds of agreements and contracts based on those things. And all kinds of relationships, not just a romantic partnership, everywhere. This is what's going to help you the most. Last card we have is the Dog card. The Dog. What a beautiful sign. So essentially when we have the Dog card appearing, it's representing what is yielded by all of the work that we're doing throughout this moon cycle. That as a result of seeing the truth, and then with the Stag leading that truth out, holding that as our high value and priority and acting from it, the result of that is the Dog, the energy of loyalty, purity of heart, friendship, companionship, and closeness. This is the card of the deepest kind of security that you can experience in your relationships, because it represents sort of like an unconditional kind of loyalty and love. A love and loyalty that is so wholly giving, that is deeply innocent, and that it's not holding on to anything to protect the self or block the self from the fear of there not being the right kind of security there. It's innocent because it gives so fully, but it is also experienced. It has experienced trust and love and intimacy because it has filled up all the spaces of life. It has sojourned out into the areas of life wherein we've experienced the challenges. We know what it's like, to have maybe our foundation rocked a little bit, as maybe we've had over the past chapter kind of thing. But now given all of those challenges, given all we've learned, we are choosing love. We are choosing to prioritize what is good, what is healing for us, what is clear, what is pure. We are choosing trust and loyalty and security. And we're receiving it in return as well. The universe is laying down a great foundation for you right now in your life so that you can have security and trust that you will actually be able to build upon for many years. Honestly, from the angel's perspective, really you're building that security and trust for the rest of your life. And this is one brick that you're laying in to help create that foundation, what you're doing right now in your life. So it's very powerful stuff. And though the work might be intense and really require a lot of active attention and focus and honesty and all of that from you, requires you to do your best, the result is good. Trust that the process is worth it because the result is so worthwhile. It is so good. So expect things to get better if things have been tough, and know that there are beautiful blessings blossoming in the energy of this beautiful full moon cycle that we are in now. Thank you for tuning in, and of course for liking, commenting, and subscribing. It was my honor to connect with you today, as always. So if you'd like to spend a little more time with me and the angels again soon, do tune into Bring Me to Life Radio for the upcoming live airing of my podcast, Through the Eyes of the Angels, on Thursday, August 22nd at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, where I'll be sharing the angels' messages on healing the shadow and how to get through the tougher times in life. I'll also be back on Bring Me to Life Radio the following Thursday, August 29th at 12:30 p.m. Eastern for Angel Hour, where I'll be devoting a full hour to giving you angel readings. So if you would like to tune into that, do check out the links that you will see in the description below and connect with me. If you'd like a private healing or reading with me, do visit my website at sarahhall.com to sign up or to check out my online courses. And if you'd like daily inspiration, tips, and angel messages, do keep in touch with me on social media via the links again that you'll see below, and join my email list where you're going to get access to a free download of my self-love meditation. I hope you have a beautiful, soulful journey during this moon cycle. And know until we meet again that you are so loved and so very blessed. Bye!